What's the father archetype? Across many spiritual traditions, the masculine archetype symbolizes things like protection, direction, structure, healthy boundaries, wisdom, courage, security, and Carl Jung described archetypes as universal patterns that exist within the human psyche. While our biological father is one influence, the father archetype can also be reflected through mentors, teachers, grandparents, and other trusted adults. When this archetype is expressed in healthy ways, it often helps children develop things like confidence, resilience, and trust in themselves. When it's inconsistent or unavailable, however, some people may grow up questioning whether it's safe to take up space, to trust others, or believe in their own capabilities. The encouraging part is that these patterns are not permanent. Healing relationships, supportive communities, and intentional inner work can all contribute to building new experiences of safety over time. So how might this show up? Let's make this practical. You may notice the father wound if you find yourself doing things like consistently seeking approval, feeling like you must earn love, being terrified of disappointing people, settling for unhealthy relationships in your life, choosing emotionally unavailable partners, feeling uncomfortable receiving help from others, thinking, I have to do everything myself, or never believing you are good enough. Next, let's look at the spiritual perspective, because one of the spiritual teachings I return to often is that our relationships can become mirrors. Not mirrors that tell us who we are, but mirrors that show us what still needs healing. Whether you approach this through psychology, faith, or spiritual traditions, many perspectives point towards the idea that our deepest relationships become opportunities for awareness and growth. Our early relationships often shape the expectations that we carry into adulthood. Healing invites us to notice those patterns and choose differently, not because our past defines us in any way, but because our future doesn't have to repeat it. The consequences of the wound, if left unhealed, however, the father wound can quietly influence things like your career choices, money beliefs, confidence, leadership, romantic relationships, friendships, boundaries, trust, purpose, manifestation. Because if someone doesn't believe they're worthy, their nervous system often struggles to fully receive opportunities, even when those opportunities finally arrive. This is why I always say healing isn't just emotional, it's biological, it's neurological, it's energetic. Everything is connected.